Okay, today we're going to make the filling for a walnut pie. Walnut pie is the same as pecan pie, except for walnuts instead of pecans. So no difference, same recipe, just a different nut. Here in Europe, it's hard to find pecans, but we have plenty of walnuts, and so that's what we're going to use. First thing we need is 3/4 of a cup of, no, half a cup of sugar. So we're going to use brown sugar. Here we have metric measuring cups, so we have to convert. So half a cup is going to be 120 milliliters of sugar. And you can use a spoon. So you can use a spoon.
Yeah. So half?
Yeah.
Okay.
About here.
Okay.
Yeah, so roughly, nothing has to be exact, roughly half a cup of sugar. Pour that in our bowl.
Okay.
Okay. Next, we're going to need
vanilla extract.
Yes,
right?
Vanilla extract. We're going to need 2 teaspoons. And I got these from the US, so
okay.
2 of these. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
1 and 2. Okay.
Knife, please.
Knife, I'm sorry. Okay.
We need 1/4 cup of butter. So I'm just going to guess here. That should be about 1/4 cup. And I'm just going to put it in the microwave and melt it real quick. Takes about 30 seconds to melt it. I'll know exactly how much I have.
Okay.
So I should have about 60 milliliters.
Okay. What else do we need for this one?
We're going to need 3 eggs. So if you'd like to break 3 eggs.
Exactly. Should I separate?
No.
Okay.
Yes, these eggs are brown. In the US, they just have white eggs. Brown are special. Here everything's brown. White are very special.
You mean the skin, right?
The shell.
The shell.
Mm-hmm.
It's brown and it's white in the US?
In the US, most eggs are white.
Why is it white? I mean, it's the difference is with feeding the animal, or what should be?
As far as I know, it's just the type of chicken.
Ah, I see. Okay, thank you.
Normal.
Okay. So we have the 3 eggs.
Yeah, and beat it up real good. We need just a little more butter.
Okay. That can happen. Thank you. It's okay. So I think it's done.
Okay, good. Just pour it on in there.
Okay.
You can stir it up a little bit.
Okay. So we have the sugar, the vanilla extract, and the eggs, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Some people like to use 3/4 of a cup of sugar, some a little more sugar, some a little less. Too much sugar makes it kind of gritty when you chew it. It doesn't break down all the way.
Can I use honey or other kind of sweet stuff? Or I should use sugar?
Sugar, sillet, sugar substitutes.
Okay.
Make sure the sugar substitute is one that can be cooked.
Oh yeah, that's quite important. Okay, it's done.
Okay.
So we have the margarine.
Margarine or butter, whatever you have on hand. So 1/4 cup of that.
Okay. But I think you have to be aware, if the butter is too hot, then it can just cause something with the egg, you know?
It can cook the egg.
Yeah, cook the eggs. Yeah, that could be important.
then we need 3/4 of a cup of corn syrup. Corn syrup is not easy to find here.
Exactly.
So what we have is from a bio store, or bio store, is a corn syrup. It's with malt. It's 100% bio, whatever that is. It doesn't matter. It's corn syrup. That's all that matters. The U.S. Karo syrup works just fine. 3/4 a cup, which is 180. Very thick.
It is.
Now when you get down to the bottom of the bottle, when you're going to use the last of it, you can microwave it a little bit, heat it up, and it flows out much easier.
It's 100. You need a lot.
Oops. And one challenge here in Europe is that everything is measured differently.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Flour is by weight, not by cups. Even this corn syrup is by weight, 700 grams. It doesn't tell us how many milliliters or deciliters.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we got to convert. 1 cup is roughly 240 milliliters.
Okay. But of course it's a normal cup, right? So just, I mean, we have different cups.
Yeah.
That's another challenge.
Yeah. If we just grab a cup out of the cabinet, it's not necessarily going to be 8 ounces US. It's
exactly.
a little different.
Exactly.
Just a little bit more.
I think it's gonna be
There we
okay.
go.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, now we mix that in.
Okay.
Get that out.
Can I pour it in?
Pour it in. Notice I heated the butter first and put that in, and now the corn syrup.
Oh yeah.
So the corn syrup doesn't stick so much to the.
Oh yeah, exactly, because the cup was a bit hot.
Well, warm, and the butter doesn't allow these.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, we greased the cup with the butter,
Exactly.
and then you
May
can
I
use
have
this.
Thank you. Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Exactly.
This is it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now you can use your finger and.
Okay.
Yeah, so we get the salt mixed up nice and.
Yeah. And it's getting harder or something or.
Well, the syrup is very thick.
Thick, yeah.
So it
thicker.
makes it very firm.
Just so very nice how the color changes.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first we used brown sugar, it was very light brown, but because of the syrup, it's getting darker.
It has a very dark caramel color to it.
Ah, yeah, okay.
And as we cook it, it will get even darker.
Wow.
Really, pecan pie or walnut pie is very easy to make if you have the right ingredients.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it always seemed like, ooh, that looks awful difficult. But yeah, after you make one, you find out it's
Yeah, exactly.
fairly simple.
It is.
All pies.
And then, yeah, exactly, and ingredients are just the most important thing.
So what we've put in here is 3 eggs.
Yes.
We put in half a cup of sugar. You can use brown sugar, white sugar, etc.
Exactly. 2 cups of vanilla extract.
2 teaspoons.
Teaspoons, sorry,
Yes.
yes, exactly.
2 cups would be a bit strong.
Exactly, yeah, I'm sorry. It's
It's
2
okay.
teaspoons of vanilla extract.
3/4 of a cup, or 180 milliliters of corn syrup.
Corn syrup.
We've put in a 1/4 cup of butter. And we got one more thing to add, and we need about half of this was salt. Just a little bit of salt.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and sprinkle that in there and
Yeah, please.
stir it up a little bit more.
Okay. We have it. What is the next phase?
The next phase is the nuts.
Okay.
So we need a cup of nuts. And let's see, we can use the fork for mixing for this part.
Okay.
Let's put this in here and get this out of the way.
Okay.
So a cup of nuts, that's about a cup of nuts.
I see.
But I like a little more nuts in mine. So I'm going to use about a cup and a half.
Or almost 2 cups. Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
it just absolutely.
And just mix it up real nice.
Just mix it up. Okay. I'm just thinking, can you cook? I mean, just if you put it on the oven, in a plate, you know, just you can in a pan.
Mm-hmm.
You have when you just heat the nuts up, you have a different taste.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried it with this way?
Roasting the nuts?
Exactly, roasting the nuts. Have you tried
yes.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it
nuts
different?
Nuts have a slightly different flavor. I think they're maybe even a little better roasted.
Mm-hmm.
I have roasted nuts like this in the oven.
I see.
Put them in there, bake them. You have to be very careful; they'll burn.
Exactly, very easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when we're done, we end up. You can see this mixture, liquidy mixture of corn syrup and sugar. Not for diabetics. And what we have done prior to this is we made our dough. We sometimes have to get creative with pie tins. They're very difficult to get here, like I've said before. At one of our Chinese markets, I found these paper dishes for cakes or whatever that you can cook in. They don't leak. I cook a variety of things in them. Perfect for gifts, because you can give it away. It looks decent, and you don't have to worry about getting it back. They don't have the slanted edge, but because of the paper, it's very easy to still serve from them.
Is it a problem that just the dough it's on top? I mean, just could it be a problem, or do you want to cut it off the edge, or?
In this case, it's not a problem. We can either cut down the paper, or we just we brought the dough in, and then we just took a knife and trimmed it about the right height, which is about inch and a half.
Okay.
Let's see, we need our scraper here. And so we just want to pour this in the center.
Oh, yes.
I'll help you here.
Thank you. Oh, it looks fantastic.
There we go.
Okay.
And we'll even out the nuts a little bit. And now this is ready to go. We'll bake it in the oven at 400 degrees or 205 degrees Celsius, preheated oven,
Yeah.
for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to reduce that heat to
Okay.
350 degrees, or 300 degrees, 150 degrees Celsius, for about another 35 to 45 minutes.
Okay, and then it's done, right?
It's done, yes.
Okay. How do you know it's done? Should it be a crispy surface, or how can you?
It'll be slightly dry. You'll see
Okay.
it. It's not supposed to be a solid pie. It's slightly jelly-like.
Okay. Okay.
But if you cook it just like this, you won't have any problems.
That's good. But
Here's-
you cannot overcook if you just keep these rules.
Yeah, if you keep these rules, you will not overcook. You will not undercook.
Okay.
So we will preheat the oven, and then we will cook the pie, and then we'll see what it looks like in a little while.
Yeah.
Okay, now we are taking out our pecan pie, or our walnut pie in this case.
Yes. It looks fantastic. Do you see the texture is like kind of jelly or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's one of the smell. It's just amazing.
And it will firm up as it's cooling. Thank you for joining us for this episode. Please be sure to join us for other episodes on how to make other things. Be sure to check out the blog at www.egpvideo.blogspot.com. You will find all the recipes and information you need to make all these wonderful things. Roshi? Did you have fun today?
Yeah, of course. It was a huge fun. I loved just cooking these pies. It was fantastic, and it's a pleasure to be here and just show you guys how we made these pies. I'm pretty sad that you didn't feel the smell of these pies, but if you try it, you will never. I promise you won't. You will love it. So thank you, and just have fun.